some years ago, talking, I want to say maybe freshman year of high school. No, probably sophomore, junior. I remember I was with some friends at Guitar Center on Union Square. If you're from New York, you know what I'm talking about. Super popular, probably the most popular guitar centers in the city. And I remember we were walking by it, right? Just a couple kids walking through the city, and we're walking by this guitar center, and I remember we went in, and we just saw all the different instruments, and I fell in love. Like immediately, I wanted to be a musician. More to that, I remember I started to learn about Lenny Kravitz. I don't know how he got on my radar, but I thought this was the coolest dude. And he is one of the coolest dudes in the world, right? This guy's like 50 and he looks 25 and he just, the dreads, playing guitar. He's just a cool guy, like his brand, like he's just cool. And I remember, again, looking at all the instruments, and we went to the guitar section, and, they were very helpful there. The staff, they let us play around with some instruments and taught us about tuning. And if you've ever been with me, I'll ask, I'm not afraid to ask questions. So I'm literally learning about the culture and the different instruments, and I'm falling in love with it. And I remember us leaving this guitar center, and I was convinced I needed a guitar. And I called my mother, and I said, "Hey Mom, I gotta get a guitar. I'm really trying to get into music now." And this is the first time she's hearing this, by the way. So she's like, "Oh, that's great," and she's wise enough to know that this might be a fleeting thing. So she's just kind of talking with me, not skirting me off and saying, "Well, not right now, but maybe in the next couple weeks we can talk about this again." And I'm like, "Okay." And my friends are around me, and I'm like, "Can't get the guitar, guys." And they're like, "All right." So 3 weeks later, she keeps her word, and I end up getting a guitar. I got a Yamaha guitar for about $100, but about 100 and some odd, about 120 with tax, right? Now, this is really the lesson of like who you are versus who you want to be, right? And understanding the work it takes to get to who you want to be, and are you willing to do the work? So I got this guitar. It was about that following summer that I went, after I went to the store. So I was still kind of possessed and seduced by playing music and being like Lenny Kravitz. So that whole summer, I started playing, and I don't know what I was doing. I think I even bought there was a YouTuber who had a book of different chords and how to do things. I was watching his content. I was like, I'll buy the book for like 20 or 30. So I was like learning stuff, and just like really, but most of my time was just me fiddling around with it, to be honest. And the summer finished, and I played it pretty consistently throughout the summer. And my proudest moment was looking at my hands after the summer was over, and I had callus on my fingertips. It just felt like progress. But here's where the distinction was made. Following that summer, classes started. So what happened, right? I started playing the guitar less and less and less. And part of me was also disappointed that I didn't learn as much as I thought I would in one summer, right? I thought, hey, if I study for 2 months, 2.5 months, I should get it, right? Again, unreal expectations. So I became more disinterested as the months went on and school started, and ultimately I never really picked up the guitar again. I would pick it up here and there, but it was never with the same passion as I did before. And I think that story really echoes just a lot of people. Again, as a coach, I speak to a lot of people who want to pursue certain careers, want to change careers, but it's really that difference between who they are versus who they want to be. I think it's great to see, Lenny Kravitz on TV. I think he's a cool guy. It's amazing what he does. But again, you have to think about, and this even goes for sports, you got to think about the hours they put in when you're not watching, right? Their climb, how they started when they were younger. Floyd Mayweather also comes to mind. He makes boxing look easy, but there's also pictures of him at 9 years old with boxing gloves, right? So these guys have been doing it. These guys and women have been doing it for so long, and it's just something to keep in mind. So if you do have something that you really want to do, or someone you want to become like, understand also the work that it takes, and have some respect for that. And I think in having that respect, it will help you at least be objective about, am I really being serious about this direction I'm trying to take in my life, right? Am I really being serious about being a full-fledged guitar player or not? Am I really putting in the hours? Am I really prepared to dedicate myself? And at least in that respect, and at that time in my young life, I wasn't. right? So now I know, hey, if I really do want to learn guitar and pick it back up, or even a piano with that, right? Because I think I might try piano at this point. I'd probably hire a coach, right? I'd probably hire someone with me to kind of guide me, because I know just personally when it comes to that aspect of my life, learning instruments, I'm not as passionate to be dedicated as I would with other aspects of my personal and professional life. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.